procurement of drugs amounting to 17.1 billion, elections amounting to 50 billion, maize purchase, logistics amounting to 20 billion, pensions and gratuities amounting to 196.0 billion, and FISIP, I repeat, FISIP, amounting to 129.6 billion, domestically financed projects, including constituency development fund, and the 36 new constituencies amounting to 91.7 billion. And also introduction of free primary and secondary education for the second term, and also the money examination fees. Revised fiscal deficit to the end of fiscal year. Mr. Speaker, sir, total deficit to the end of financial year is projected to amount to 3.128 trillion, compared to approved budget deficit of 2.498 trillion, and hence widening by 630.2 billion, representing 25.2%. This deficit is as a result of higher than planned expenditures during the second half of the financial year. It must be noted that some of the expenditures that have increased the deficit are the one-off payments, such as clearing the backlog for pensions and gratuities, elections, and going forward, it is government's expectation that, ceteris paribus, the deficit will substantially be reduced. Performance of key sectors. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm now duty-bound to inform this August House of the performance of key sectors in the first half of the fiscal year and how we intend to improve MDA's performance in the second half. Agriculture sector. Mr. Speaker, sir, let me inform you that the government is committed to invest in the agriculture sector as the backbone of the country's economy. As you might have already observed in the media, the new administration has increased the number of beneficiaries under Farm Input Subsidy Program, FISIP, from the initial amount that was planned by MCP that for 528,000, we have increased it to 1,100,000 beneficiaries. Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir. Government will continue promoting investment in irrigation development and infrastructure to reduce dependence on rain-fed agriculture. In this regard, irrigation capacity will expand through flagship programs such as the Shire Valley Transformation Program, the Agriculture Infrastructure and Youth Agribusiness Project, the Malawi Watershed Services Improvement Project, and the Agriculture Commercialization Project at strengthening climate resilience and reducing agriculture vulnerability. Education sector. Mr. Speaker, sir, the government has introduced a free primary and session where general purpose fund and school development fees have been abolished, effective 1st January 2026. This is done to improve literacy levels, increase enrollment, and also increase retention. In addition, money-able examination fees have been abolished for both primary and secondary schools. The above incentives will require 32.5 billion for the last quarter of 2025-2026 fiscal year. This demonstrates that DPP, Democratic Progressive Party's commitment to deliver on its manifesto and promises. Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to confirm to this august House that unlike his predecessor, His Excellency, the President, Professor Peter Mutharika, delivers what he promises, and he promises what he can deliver. Mr. Speaker, sir, to ensure that the Mberwa University project is completed, His Excellency, the President, Professor Peter Mutharika, has designated the second Vice President, Right Honorable Enoch Chihana, to oversee this particular project. On health sector, Mr. Speaker, sir, in order to address pharmaceutical challenges in health facilities, the budget, additional 17.1 billion, consisting of 8.6 billion for central hospitals and 8.5 billion for these hospitals, has been provided. In addition, government will explore other avenues of financing the health sector. Mining. Mr. Speaker, sir, the government recognizes the mining sector as a key pillar for Malawi's economic growth and diversification. During the period under review, the sector made notable progress. A total of 122 licenses were issued across various categories, which will be reviewed or, where possible, to be in line with the new administration's policies, alongside the finalization of 11 subsidiary regulations and also upgrading the mining cadastral system into an online portal. Speaker, sir, the Kairekera uranium mine was also successfully commissioned under a new mine development agreement between government and the Lotus Resources Limited. The renegotiation and the operationalization of this mine under the new agreement demonstrates renewed investor confidence in Malawi's mining sector. Digitalization. Mr. Speaker, sir, allow me to emphasize the crucial role of digital transformation in our country's development. In light of this, government has designated the Minister of Information and Communication Technology as the central coordinator of all ICT initiatives, in line with MIP1, with a focus on cost effectiveness. To accelerate this transformation, free primary programs will be implemented: the Digital Malawi Acceleration Project, the Inclusive Digital Transformation for Malawi, and the Last Mile Activity Project. These initiatives have a common goal of expanding access, bridging connectivity gaps, and also empowering all Malawians to actively participate in the digital economy. Disaster management affairs. Mr. Speaker, sir, government recognizes the importance of disaster risk reduction, response, recovery, and resilience. In this regard, His Excellency, the President, Professor Peter Mutharika, has designated the Right Honorable Vice President, Justice Dr. Jenny Ansah, SC, retired, to be responsible for disaster management affairs and effective delivery. Food security. Mr. Speaker, sir, following the declaration of national disaster in all districts by His Excellency, the President, Professor Peter Mutharika, I would like to sincerely acknowledge the support provided by our development partners towards the purchase and provision of food assistance, including means for the affected households. I would like to assure Malawians, particularly the vulnerable, that the government of Professor Peter Mutharika will make sure that they have food and that no one dies of hunger. In addition, Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to recognize the commendable support from our local commercial banks and financial institutions that contributed towards men's purchases. These include first discount, first FDH Bank, First Capital Bank, National Bank of Malawi, Nico Holdings, NBS Bank, and Standard Bank. Public debt management. Mr. Speaker, sir, moving forward, let me the management of public debt is a priority for this new administration. This comes on the back of high and sustainable debt levels and high borrowing costs that have led to high debt service. Mr. Speaker, sir, Malawi's public debt is in excess of 21.6 trillion. I repeat, Malawi's public debt is in excess of 21.6 trillion, equivalent to 86% of GDP, against 4.1 trillion in 2019. Meaning that in Malawi terms, the MCP government multiplied public debt by 5 times in a period of 5 years. Devaluation has always been there.
Order, members, order.
These high debt levels requires a combination of measures or a cocktail of measures and strategies to turn the debt trajectory. It is for this reason that the new administration, under Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, is undertaking fiscal reforms to restore debt sustainability. Not only will the government continue with the debt restructuring negotiations, but it will also pursue fiscal consolidation, concession of borrowing, and improved oversight on state-owned enterprises. Mr. Speaker, sir, on external debt restructuring, official agreements with all bilateral creditors were reached. 2 agreements were signed this year with the Kuwait Fund and Saudi Fund for Development. The government continues to engage the commercial creditors on the restructuring terms. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is a known fact that the debt situation that the MCP administration left is very high and unsustainable, thereby taking up a significant portion of budget resources, hence restricting the government's ability to invest in other productive areas. This administration situation is man-made by the Malawi Congress Party due to mismanagement, lack of fiscal discipline, and arrogance. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm saying arrogance because advice was given. The civil society had advised, the bishops had advised, but this government never listened. Therefore, improved debt management coupled with fiscal discipline and reforms is pertinent, and the government is committed to addressing the root causes of this debt situation. Fiscal discipline. As part of our commitment to public debt management, and fiscal discipline, government is implementing reforms, including strict expenditure controls, measures such as minimizing travel, limiting procurement of high-valued assets and also managing the wage bill. In addition to minimize the gap between the revenue and the expenditure requirements, government will also fully adopt the cash budgeting approach that strictly aligns funding with available resources rather than projected cash flows. Mr. Speaker, sir, as we stand today, the government's wage bill has grown significantly, resulting in taking up almost 40% of the country's domestic revenue. In this regard, as already announced by the Office of the President and Cabinet, government has on new recruitments, except for key sectors, which will be done on case-by-case basis. The moratorium will be longer for MDAs, which had massive recruitments. You may wish to know, Mr. Speaker, sir, that it was surprising that most of the people that have been in the civil service, they were employed by OPC. It always pleased the Chief Secretary, not the President. It always pleased the Chief Secretary to recruit officers and chief executives in parastatals. Government will also conduct payroll audits. Government will also conduct payroll audit and head count. Repeat this. Can I repeat? Government is also going to conduct payroll audit and head count for all public servants starting from 9th of December 2025. Therefore, all public required to present themselves physically for the head count and submit all their relevant documentation and qualification. The following are the detailed expenditure control measures as announced by government. External travel by senior public officers. To control the drain of foreign exchange, reserves and reduce expenditure, travel by cabinet ministers, deputy ministers, controlling officers, chief executive officers, and senior management of statutory corporations, heads of public institutions, and all public are limited to 3 trips per annum after seeking approval from the relevant authority. All controlling officers of MDAs. I need protection, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Honourable members, can we let our Minister of Finance do his job? Minister of Sports, make sure Minister of Finance has water there, please.
All controlling officers of MDAs, heads of CSEOEs, which are statutory corporations, chairpersons, board members, and executive management will, if you need an economy class. Procurement of motor, I need to repeat that one, I think it's very important so that everyone knows what we're talking about. All controlling officers of MDAs, heads of statutory corporations, chairpersons, board members, and executive management will, with immediate effect, on the economy class. Procurement of motor vehicles. Procurement of motor vehicles. Government has put a moratorium on the procurement of new vehicles and high-value assets until further notice. On special cases, controlling officers are advised to seek approval from the Office of the President and Cabinet. Exceptions will apply under agreed work plans and programs. Recruitment. Recruitments have been suspended, including an established posts until further notice. On a case-by-case basis, recruitment in essential and critical government services will be considered. Promotions. Promotion for officers from grades F and below will require prior authority from Treasury and Department of Human Resources Management and Development, RMD, to verify availability of funds. Promotions made without this approval will be rendered invalid. The payroll. All controlling officers are being reminded to personally verify and approve all payroll submissions made to DHRMD. This is the Department of Human Resources.